Hey everyone, I'm FMGreeno. Welcome along to episode 39 of the Greeno Tour, my FM21 European journeyman where I can only manage teams I've seen play live or been to their stadium. We're here with Luton Town, and today we've got a livecom double header for you. So that's right folks, two live coms for you today, the first of which is our Carabao Cup semi-final second leg at home to Leicester City. We'll be trying to overcome a 2-0 deficit from the first leg. We're going to skip over the Bristol City game in the FA Cup and then come back for the Manchester United game in the Premier League. That's the first game after the winter transfer window closes, so we'll have a little look through any business we do on deadline day. Since we were together last, which was the Wolves game, we got a decent 1-1 draw there. There's not an awful lot of green about, is there? Like I say, we had that 2-0 defeat to Leicester in the Carabao Cup. Went down to Bournemouth, got a 0-0 draw. Defence played all right. The rest of the team not so much. Drew 1-1 with a fairly strong Leeds team. We were in good form, so that wasn't a disaster. Sheffield Wednesday came to Luton and got dumped out of the FA Cup by us. Played pretty well. It's been struggling since then, though. Everton lost 2-0 at home to them. Bad result. They were actually 18th in the table at the time, in spite of a very, very strong-looking squad. And then we went to Arsenal and got beat 5-2. We were quite lucky to get those two, in honesty. Ikeda with a couple of breakaway goals, and they probably could have got more than 5. We did not have a good day. So that was only a few days ago, so hopefully morale's not too low. Let's go and have a look how we're going to line up for Leicester City. We are pretty much down to the bare bones. As you can see, we're going with a slightly different formation today. Normally we play with a holding midfielder in front of the back four, but instead of that, we're going to play with an attacking midfielder. We need to overcome this 2-0 deficit after all. The team pretty much picks itself today, to be honest. We are struggling for numbers. A lot of players out injured, a few out on loan. We just have a fairly thin squad, and as soon as we start picking up a couple of knocks, Tyler Roberts is cup tied as well, which doesn't help. We are, very, very low on numbers, very thin on the ground. But we'll give it a good go. Let's go and see how we get on. So there's a look at our lineup that we just talked our way through. Hopefully it'll be good enough to overcome Leicester today. Obviously they've got quite a strong lineup here. Lots of familiar names to us all. Troy Parrott, who obviously is quite overpowered later on in this game. We're about 5 seasons in now. And he's almost kind of world class really at this point. Overall, I think our form has not been quite as bad as the results suggest. I think we've had a few decent draws that could potentially have gone the other way. We've just been lacking a little bit of luck in front of goal. And obviously the way we set up in a fairly cautious formation, it doesn't mean we always get a lot of bodies forward. So we're relying on the pace of Ikeda quite a lot of the time. And he's only an 18-year-old lad, after all. So he does fluff some chances, it has to be said. But overall, we've been playing okay. We might be looking for a couple of deals to go through before the end of the window. We've had a reasonable bidding for the keeper, actually, for O'Leary from Bristol City, which is being mulled over at the moment. And I do have someone lined up if we decide to go and do that. There's a young Croatian keeper who I think is probably just about as good as O'Leary now, and he's only 20 years of age, so he could be a very interesting prospect. He's the kind of player that if we had the budget, I would bring him in anyway, but we don't. We spent our meagre budget in the summer. We've only got about £1.5 million transfer budget, and what, 30 grand or so in the wages, so nothing to write home about there, unfortunately. And we definitely couldn't afford this lad if we don't sell O'Leary. So we'll see how that goes. So far, we've been holding our own in this game, but we need to do a little bit more than that, don't we? I wouldn't be too upset with a home draw against Leicester in the league. But seeing as we need to overcome this 2-0 deficit from the first leg, we need to be doing a little bit more. So I think we're going to get in and have a quick word with the lads. We're going to tell them they need to pick it up in the second half. A lot more to come from you. And let's see if they can do something. We'll give it another 10 minutes or so, and then think about pushing forward a little bit more. Jang Kun's picked up a yellow. There's a couple of lads who I think we're going to have to be a little bit careful with fitness-wise. Hickey wasn't quite 100% fit at the start of the game, I noticed, so we'll have to watch him a little bit. But let's see what we can do in terms of moving things forward. Well, we'll definitely go to a positive mentality. In terms of the instructions, we'll try and drag it a little bit wider. Maybe we'll work the ball into the box a little bit. That might give us an opportunity to get a few more men forward. Let's try that. We've got about 30 minutes to go. Zhang Kun could do with coming off. Well, Mahoney can't be the guy to replace him, unfortunately, because he's actually carrying a knock, so he's only going to be used in an absolute emergency. But with 20 minutes to go, we need goals, so I'm going to go and make a couple of changes. I'll be back in a moment. So for the last 20 minutes, we are going 2 up top. We've brought the old man Collins on. See if we can get the ball a bit more directly up to him. It doesn't seem to be happening right now, though. So we're going to have to go very attacking, I think. Instructions, let's get the ball up more directly here. Mixed crosses is fine. Play for set pieces might not be a bad idea. Bit of overlapping on with the fullbacks, get them to run up and down a bit more. See if it makes any difference in the last 10 minutes or not. It doesn't seem to be. We're just getting more and more tired legs, aren't we? Though, in fairness, I think we've held our own in this game. But we need to do a little bit more than that, unfortunately. But here's an opportunity. There's Collins. Lumps it, though. That's not a great ball, is it? I know we asked them to go a bit more directly, but they're supposed to be going directly to him. Not him trying to go directly to Akeda. Zinchenko for Leicester. Good opportunity. Safe hands from O'Leary. So it looks like our campaign is petering out. I think we've done very, very well to get to the semi-final, though. Pretty happy with that. Shame we couldn't take the final step and make it to Wembley. Although saying that, we've still got a few minutes. Ikeda has scored. He wants to hurry up and get that ball and get it back on the centre circle. We've not got long left in this game. Could we be about to stage a dramatic comeback? Possibly. It's a good finish, that. Happy with that. We're into 3 minutes of stoppage time, though. We need another highlight, and we need it fast. Didn't come. We've won the game, but unfortunately, we don't go to Wembley. Congratulations, Leicester. Well, we're back for that Man United game already. Transfer deadline day passed. The goalkeeper merry-go-round I mentioned didn't happen, so we've still got Max O'Leary here in goal. The Croatian lad. We'll have another look at him in the summer, maybe. We did play that cup game in between against Bristol City and got beat 1-0. They're a decent side, championship side. But that's pretty much where we're at, really. If you look at it in reality, we're no better than a decent championship side. So I'm not too disappointed to go out of the cup, if I'm honest. It's been a bit difficult these last few weeks with so many games, with all the Carabao Cup games sort of thrown into the mix. So to have a bit of a clear run at the end of the season with just the league to focus on, I think will do us good. Anyway, getting into today's lineup. Barrington Brown misses out today on the left-hand side. Of course, he can't play against his parent club. But luckily, Tyler Roberts is just about fit again. He says he's only fit enough to play for 60 minutes. But we'll see how he gets on. Also, Reece Nelson here is fit to play on the right-hand side. I think he's fit enough for 60 minutes as well. 75 maybe? 75, there we go. So we're going to have to keep an eye on them. But it's good to have them both back available, especially for a big game like this. Anyway, let's get over to the ground, see how we do. Well, we're hoping at least to do a little bit better than we did up at Old Trafford earlier in the season, where United put 7 past us without reply. Looks like they've got a really good counter-attacking opportunity here, though. Hickey gets in with one good challenge, but here's Haaland. Oh, good save by O'Leary this time. So we've made it through the first minute without conceding. Haaland has been a real thorn in our side the couple of times we've come up against United in this series. We played him in the FA Cup when we were in the Championship, and he absolutely battered us. And yeah, like I say, up in the game at Old Trafford, he was just different class. I think he scored 4 of the 7. So difficult player for us to handle with Little better than Championship centre-halves, to be honest. But we'll do our best. As always. Oh, have we given away a penalty there? Right on the edge of the box. The ref is going to go and have a little look at his monitor. What's it going to tell him? I think we all know the answer to this, don't we? Has it ever been turned down for a penalty? Well, you never know. It could be a free kick, but we'll see. Penalty awarded. There we go. And Bruno Fernandes, well, we all know what happens when he takes penalties, don't we? Yeah, inevitable. So that's 1-0 in the 20th minute. And I really don't know what to do to shake us out of this slump we're in the league. Let's say, I don't think we've been playing that badly, but results are just not going in our favour. And once you start to get into that cycle, it's very, very difficult to get out of it. And of course, we've got quite a small squad, so it's very difficult to do anything really different tactically, because we haven't really got the players to do it. So it's a tricky one. It really is. I think we just need to keep plugging away, doing what we're doing, and hope for the best, really. Anyway, we're approaching up towards half-time now. Just that penalty between us. Obviously, United have been the better team overall in this game so far. They've had a lot more possession, a lot more attempts on goal, but we're holding it firm at 1-0 for now. I'm not too disappointed with that. Get into half-time though, but we are going to give them a little bit of a rocket because we just want them to do a bit more. So we're pointing the finger, show them what you're all about in the second half. And I think we need to have a little chat with young Paul Zevallos there, who is anxious. We'll tell him that he wasn't so bad, he can still improve, he's still anxious. That's not so great. We'll get out for the second half. We'll keep an eye on him. Got a number of yellow cards racking up here, so that's going to be potentially a problem as the game goes on. Do without any of them turning into reds, certainly. So I think what we'll probably do is leave it until about 20 minutes to go. If we get to that stage, we're going to go for it a little bit. We're got nothing much to lose, have we? If we end up going down 3-0 rather than 1-0, I think it's worth taking a chance to try and get back into the game. So let me go away and make a couple of those changes. I'll be back in a moment. So we've only actually made one substitution. Jean Lecung was very, very tired, so he's come off. But we have gone 2 up top. We've moved Tyler Roberts up top, switched wings for Reece Nelson, and brought Shenton on to play on the right-hand side. So we'll see if that makes any difference. We are going to push it up to a positive mentality now. Here's an opportunity here for United. Haaland off the bar. So more tired legs out there. Reece Nelson is not having a great game, but we don't really have any options on the bench to replace him. We'll have a quick look. Him and Roberts up top are tired. Mosquera at right back is tired. Well, we can swap him for Harvey Squires and put him into a more standard full-back role. And what can we do about these guys here? We have got João Santos, who could come on. Maybe we'll bring him on for Nelson. We're going to leave Roberts on up there. I know it said he'll only play him for 60 minutes, but hopefully he won't come to any harm in these last 10 minutes or so. Time to go very attacking. We're going to demand more out of the team and see what happens. Goal kick here for us. O'Leary to take. Shenton gets up. There's Roberts. Just about has the legs to get to it. Tries a cross. Doesn't quite make it though. We recycle the ball back to Vitti. Here's Shenton. Oh, that's not so great, but we retain possession again. Oh, I thought that was a good ball into Roberts then. Unfortunate not to get on it. Here comes Shenton. Opportunity to cross it. Hits the post. Oh, that was our chance to get back into the game, guys, wasn't it? That's unfortunate. I think that's probably going to be it now, isn't it? We're into, oh no, 3 minutes of stoppage time. There is a highlight. But is it going to be a highlight for us or them? Probably them, but you never know. Here's Shenton on the ball. Finds Roberts. Can he finish? Go on, son. Yes! Tyler Roberts with the goal. Okay. Get off of very attacking really quickly. Instructions. Lower tempo. Stop overlapping. Be more disciplined. I think that's fair enough. Get some time wasting on. We don't want to throw away a point here if we can help it. It could be invaluable come the end of the season. What a great finisher. I'm glad I left him on. Good to have him back in the side. So that move to 2 up top has paid dividends potentially. And well, if you look at the match stats in this game, we have absolutely stolen a point. But it is a 1-1 draw. After that probably undeserved point, we sit in 10th in the table now on 31 points. The way I see it is that means we're only about 9 points away from safety. That's still the overall aim. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We're not going to be qualifying for a European place this season. We're 9 points off the pace of that, and that was never really the aim. We just want to stay in this league. We're 10 points above Southampton, who are in that bottom spot there. So if we have a look at the schedule, well, we have some games against the lesser lights coming up now. So our next game is against Aston Villa, who are 19th in the table. We have an international break then, come back for a game away at Southampton, who are 18th. And then we face Norwich, who are dead bottom. Not sure how to view that little run. I suppose you should look at it in terms of potential for getting a couple of wins under the belt. All of them are scrapping for their lives, aren't they? And probably on paper, better teams than us. So we'll have to see how it goes. We're going to come back for the Watford game, the M1 derby. I think that's it's always a ding-dong battle between these two teams. And yeah, it'd be good to have one up in the Premier League. I think we'll come back for that. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. A decent performance against Leicester. Not quite enough to turn around the deficit we had, but positive signs, I suppose. And against Man United, well, we robbed them, but a point is a point. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. It helps me get seen by more people, of course. And if you've got any comments about today's episode or the series as a whole so far, I would love to see them below. And don't forget, if you haven't yet subscribed, click that button and come and join us on the Greenobus. There is plenty of room for you all. Just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for the big local derby against Watford. Bye for now.